I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think people fail to recognize about the situation that I have, as carefully and honestly as I can, without just validating the harm of the asserting claims that has been created in my life. Because there's facts, there's evidence, and there's speculation. But the fact remains that when you are under attack within a concerning proxy warfare to take you out so that you literally don't have your own truth to show people, much like I'm moving now with absolute tenacity, I want people to be unnerved by the facts that things like this could happen to any individual at all. Not just myself, but any individual at all, ever, anywhere, for any reason. Especially when those reasons are to cover up tracks of crimes that they've placed inside of my life so viciously, to put on a veil, basically, of to try and intimidate and mess with my entire mind, the way that they did through poisoning me. And so by that poisoning, say when I was homeless, I literally felt like I was gonna die there. I felt like I was gonna die when Jesse dropped me off at work. I felt like I was gonna die coming back to the shelter, accepting the water from him. I felt like I was gonna die with diverticulitis at my sister's. Literally feeling like I was ghosting out of myself then, that I couldn't understand or explain. And if I did, it could incriminate or leave in speculation, I guess, people as well that I wouldn't want to be within syndicate. And I'm not saying my sister's place, I'm just saying in general. So I believe that people, when they're left in these concerning situations, they really have to question things, because when I moved from there into Elk River, there was definite concerns that would be being placed inside of my life, very covert, malignant, narcissistic behaviors coming from my roommate for one, but others as well. So when I speak honestly about my story, and I use a tinge of speculation, right, to figure out the reality that's hidden behind the veil of intents that these people played. So they had an intentuous design at play around every corner of my life. So I thought I was gonna die there. I literally felt like there was directed energy weapons at me, or just things that I couldn't explain happening to me, where an ambulance that was not in service was traveling around and around and around and around, and as soon as I left to go to Speedway, they followed me across the street to Walgreens, and then I came back home. They went around a few more times at the apartment complex where I lived, and I prayed hard for the feeling to go away, or whatever was causing that feeling to go away. And as soon as that ambulance went away, the feeling was gone. So I can't put it past the idea that I was being tortured with directed energy weapons when these are non-touch torture campaigns is what happens. So then when Emily came into my life and she love bombed me to get me within a supposed loving way without my seeing the intentions there, and I felt like I had chosen the lesser of two evils. I don't know which one was lesser of two evils when evil is evil, as evil can be. So, and if that's the intentions of their design, I don't think there is choosing the lesser of two evils here, is what I'm getting at. I believe that no matter which way you choose to go, it's still going to be harsh, and maybe I chose the lesser of two evils. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that she too poisoned me up, suggesting she cared more about the car having full coverage on it, that me driving under the condition of being unwittingly poisoned, having to pull to the side of 35W thinking I was just gonna fucking die right there. I finally get to where I was getting to work over at Pat's, and Pat could see it. You're clearly not well. Take care of yourself. See ya next time. I helped him out with a few things. I could barely even function to like do the things that he wanted me to do because I was not able to explain it and not able to articulate what was going on. I was very much lost inside of what I consider an arsenic poisoning. It literally drains your oxygen out of your cells so you can't think straight. And now that I'm away from it and I'm able to explain it, it was legitimately like I couldn't even reason through my own skull through what was happening to me. And it wasn't just, oh, you're sick or you're just not feeling well. No. It's the same thing that made me lose my job at ITI, basically before then, with the intents of hers suggesting, don't worry about it. I got money. I can take care of us for a while. When that didn't last as long as she initialized to portray, to get that job taken away or to make me feel comfortable, to be calling out sick while I was being covertly poisoned. Do you follow? And so, and the reason that this was within Syndicate is because she has close ties with not only my stepsister, she also has close ties with within proximity of my father then to be working with my brother, working with one or both of my brothers, or even working within Syndicate with Jesse Lee. You see what I'm saying? So that's why when Jesse Lee came, they're all looking like, why would you and Ryan be dressing like you're dressing unless you literally had a mission of psychologically torturing me, psychologically operating on my life? Like, I was really pissed off. Like, when they first got there, I legitimately just wanted to send them across the woods with my fist. Like, bitch ass move for men to be playing in that kind of fucking fashion. Just complete bitch move. But furthermore, I really didn't care about the scenario there anymore because I was already I had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, basically, because or I had most of my actual intents out of the relationship because of what had already been at play. And so when I moved from there to get away, and then Jesse hacks me, gets my email, my phone number, my just everything that I had made online to make up for the hacking prior to that, which happened in the homeless shelter long before. So if I was just constantly being hacked and I couldn't see where these things were coming from because I didn't have the reasonability of my own available brain to reason through these things because of a calculated poisoning, I think that people can see where these things go. So when I finally got away, I was finally able to rest. Thank God for where I got to go for a little while. In the next place that I went to. It was like I wanted to get away, and I planned to just up and hightail it out of there, and I was hoping to make trips back and forth from a very long distance in time to get all of my stuff out. It just wasn't the case, and by the time I was like grabbing the last little bit of shit from my current psycho girlfriend that was suggesting she was gonna throw herself down the stairs and call the cops and blame me and shit. Like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you for poisoning me. Fuck you for fucking being a narcissist. And fuck you for enjoying this shit. You're a complete sociopath and psycho. Like, fuck you. Like, anyone would want to stay there. And if they did, like, by all means, you're heading for for disaster. I mean, she legitimately wanted to like get all my stuff there, and then send me packing homeless. Like, no, I said, I live here now. I'm not going anywhere. If you want to call the cops, I'll basically be a squatter until I figure out a place to go because I'm not gonna just be pulled out from a place by you love bombing me as a complete narcissist and then treating me like dirt after you were just performing love. That was just a performance, just to get me within proximity of the crimes that had been always happening in my life, if you follow. And so, the narrative of the analysis here is that I'm not building a storyline, I'm building an actual reality as confirmation against these threats that have been placed in my life. So there's a lot that I believe that people are missing in my story as far as me telling it online and literally reaching out for help in every single direction that I can based on the fact that these people just blew up my life like a complete fucking bomb. So when I got away from there, I feel really bad about the situation, the scenario, because I did want love and I did need love, but I had no availability of myself still, and I really needed someone to understand the pain that I was going through and the gang stalking or the efforts that were made through this organized crime against me, so that hopefully I had a place to actually land to where not only would they understand that but they would actually, you know, I would have respected a person that would have said, like, I might not understand this stuff, but I'm going to be here for you and I'm not going anywheres. And I suggest that you stop talking to anybody until we figure it out together. You know, because at that point, if that was said and I moved in that way and I didn't allow Jesse to come back into my life, I would have still had my NTF money. I could have put that money into Bitcoin when it was raising up to $2,000 or a little bit over $2,000, I think, at the time. But then with it going up to like damn near $100,000, I would have been set. Gee, I would have been completely set in life because of my writing. So with my brother stealing that money from me, to have Jesse come there, poison me up, get me all lost and blindsided, so that they could steal the money away from me through the Bitcoin or through the non-fungible token money that was all fake made for their own availability to steal that money away from me, because my brother's just a complete false, fake, phony piece of shit for what he's done to me my whole life. And I'm not even kidding you. So he stole that money away from me like stealing candy from a baby. And he even got some of my DoorDash money. And then after that, it was the setups of attack going out door dashing where that lady T-boned me and made $85,000 from DoorDash to pay her for T-boning me. You know, nothing but sheriffs around, no cops, no anybody else, just a bunch of fucking whack-ass sheriffs that shut their body camera off before ever getting any kind of statement from me as to how things happened there, which I think would have protected me at least a little bit. But I was also on the job, which also means that DoorDash should have been paying me something for the explosion of my life there, even if it wasn't set up and it was just a regular old accident. But that wasn't the case. This accident was planned because people were trying to get me into an accident for about a month and a half up until that point. And what first and went through my mind is fucking A, they finally got what they wanted. They finally got what they wanted, whoever these people are. Lo and behold, my brother even admitted to setting it up. I got the screenshot, sent that to the police, along with everything else. So when these people are playing about this way, and I legit was like, I had nowhere to go again. Lo and behold, guess who comes through for me? My brother, setting me up in St. Paul Park to live there to save up enough money to get a place, right? You think of it as a blessing, like it's just so helpful. Thank you so much for doing this for me. I'm so grateful. But the story is twisted because the fact of the matter is that Jesse was in proxy. He came there 2 times to poison me up. He did poison me up. I was trying to call my mother to explain it to her, and by the time I called my mom, I was blaming myself for just not knowing how to eat, when it was literally him sprinkling some shit over my food, which I think was a very calculated arsenic poisoning. Same thing as it always is. Same rules, same playbook, just different circumstances, different events. I felt really horrible because that was my food. I worked really hard for that money. I worked really hard to put together that meal for us. And this is what he fucking did. Like, I legit wish I would have taken my fucking plate of food and smashed it in his fucking face. Like, fuck you, dude. You eat this shit. I think that Andrew Tate or somebody else, like, if that happened just in the instance, that would have happened. But being that this stuff has been happening my whole life, I legit have never had anything else to compare it to as far as the way it made me feel and the way I carried myself. So I feel like these things just completely fucked me out of my whole entire reality. And then if I was to know these things and feel these things upon putting the biggest check I've ever gotten put together to get this place that I'm in now, there's no way I would have gotten this place. I would have hightailed it out of where I was at in my broken car, my smashed up car, and I don't care where I would have gone. I would have literally gone serfdom in Super 8 motels or anything. I would have just hightailed it out of there. Like, bye. You can have the speakers. I don't fucking give a shit. I work really hard for my stuff, and this is what you're gonna do to me. I'm running away. And I would legitimately if I had it within me to know what was happening in my life, I would have legit gotten new phones. I would have gotten a new name to use online. I would have done everything I could to like legit get away from these people, but I didn't know. And there's nobody in their entire fucking thought process that could utilize their brain when their brains are washed out of themselves in that kind of fashion. So that's why I say I wouldn't have bought in this place. Am I here for a reason? God, I hope so. God, I legit hope so. But the fact of the matter is that after moving here, it just got worse. All of a sudden, I'm in a proxy relationship that's poisoning me up week in and week out. I don't know how many times it was, but a bunch of times where I was literally ghosted out of myself at work, just having to concentrate on work. And people could see it where I worked. It was hard for them to watch me work. There was a person that said that at my work, at Strong Converting Facilities. So I'm really hoping that these people see these messages because I really need their help. I really sincerely need their help. Otherwise, these people get what they want. My whole life is fucking ripped from me. I just got ripped off from my whole entire identity. And I'm not talking about just the world's government identity, because that's ripped off too. But I'm talking about the integral part of my identity. So I had to concentrate really hard to get through most days. And at times I was just so bloody thinned out that legitimately people would bother me with just the littlest attributes of normalcy, really. But of my character, of the character that I showed, or that the poison turned me into, just kind of lost off on my reality. So I understand that kind of serfdom of just people not understanding what I'm going through and really just picking on me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I really do understand that. It's just the fact that I was really in a situation that I couldn't see happening to me day in and day out. And then when I lost that job, then it was hacking my phones, hacking my reality. They'd already been coming up inside of my home, having their fucking affairs over a person's life, my life, that I was fighting through 20 plus years of homelessness on and off, trying to get out of this covert abuse. And they could actually have the audacity to do what they did to me. Literally, they think that the thought process anyway is that they thought their activities were going to work, that they were going to push me to the ledge and either get me to commit suicide or they were going to poison me up to death while Jesse Lee gets to walk away with parts of my life. Just like he had mentioned when I was in Elk River, the worst thing that could happen to a guy, he said, is this. And then he does those very things. Weird. It's almost as if he's just trying to put it out on the table, as if you're just choosing it. But you're not. You're poisoned the fuck up. You have no control over that fact and that manner, the mannerisms that are taken in that fashion when it's legit meant to destroy your fucking life. So with these people going through my place, my pans got all fucked with. I had a brand new pan that turned into a fucking pan that they burnt something up onto, meaning to smoke up this place. And then I come back in and there's windows open and stuff so they could try and get rid of the smell that was in the place. But I could smell it. My walls were yellow. I was like, my walls were white. And I left. I come back and my walls are yellow. Talk about excuse me. Talk about gaslighting my reality. So next thing you know, it's my account on a shopper app when I couldn't do the job I was working on a first gig app because of being hacked and them controlling my finances, basically to the point where you'd have little increments taken out of your account little by little, and you're not able to see it because you're going balls to the wall, because not only did you just lose a job that you really loved, but you also lost the availability to think for yourself in your own normal states of mind, to be able to see through these things, to move differently. because I didn't have all of the answers and all of the pieces yet. And so when I did figure that out, though, which wasn't much longer after that, that's when these people were really questioning whether or not the poisons were still working. That's when they would call me and they'd be gaslighting me with, my brothers never fucking called me, but especially not after Aurelia and Jesse were just calling to gauge with me to get inside of my head, and me being able to see through it. I knew I was in fucking danger. Period. I was in like the worst dangerous position that I felt like anyone could be in. Because not only was I realizing that I was being poisoned by people that I loved, but these people were actually trying to kill me. They were actually trying to murder me. My own brothers, my own friend, and my own lover. Supposedly. Right? Supposed brothers. Because that's not brothers. Supposed friend. That's not a fucking friend. Supposed lover. That's not a fucking lover. That's the same thing that Emily was. That's the same thing that other people were to psychologically fuck with me. So these were all psychological operations inside of my life. So that when I lost that job and I had the 1 gig app left, then their next move was making an account, making a shopper account using the number that I had migrated my account from one phone to the next so that I could use 2 phones when I'm out on the job. Because I had two phones. I wanted to be working at Strong. I wanted to be getting off of work, taking 1 or 2 deliveries on my way home here and there, and not all the time, but just when something came up that was reasonable for me to take it, so that I could get out of this abuse. God forbid anyone fucking care about me. For crying out loud. So here I am, just unable to work that job now because it's like I'm going through every store or every other delivery that I could take, and it's like legitimately freezing the availability for me to scan things. It's not, the app isn't working right. So when I did finally get the words from the app company suggesting that there was a second shopper utilizing that second phone number that I gave them, well then, who is that? Because that's my phone number. And if you can't tell me for protecting their privacy, I asked and I put it into words. Can you get that information over to the police right now, please? Because this shouldn't be happening, right? They agreed with me. Are you going to get this over to the police? And I don't know if they did. I don't know if they care. I don't know if they fucking have hearts. It didn't sound like it, though, obviously, because of how things have been playing out for me. So now that got situated, and I've been forced into the Health and Human Services to be a forced dependent in this fashion, yet again. Then I finally get a new phone number. I get it acting normal. I go out for a week, maybe a week and a half, and I'm starting to make better money, and then I would have been fine. Then it's utilizing the identity theft to pop me and suggest you can't drive. You can't continue to do this. So now what? I've pivoted enough times in my life to suggest I've worked harder than anybody else out here. I've been fucking working tooth and nail to get away from these people that I couldn't see doing this to me. But they have. And it's what they've been doing. It's the same exact feelings that I felt when my brother poisoned me up when I was younger. Multiple times. And mind you, he fucking did it to me, bringing a fucking pop to me or bringing something to drink to me that was, he put something in it. I was like closing up, like I could not fucking breathe. My throat was completely dry, feeling like it was gonna close up. I wasn't gonna be able to breathe. at all and like die. Why'd you do that to me? I'd say. And it was like, he was just so proud of himself. Sociopathic as fuck, dude. Enjoying how he's hurt me my whole life. My whole life. Doesn't matter, it's just Matt. It's just Matt's. Doesn't matter, just throw it away. It's just Matt's. It's kind of attitude that my brother would take towards me while then playing as if he's gonna help me and do this, that, and the other, and that he cares. But it's all careful. It's all carefully by craft, because someone that plays, like someone that actually loves you, isn't playing a fucking game with you. Isn't playing these mind games. So I think that the things that people are missing is the fact that now it's literally caused the situation to complete blight in my life. I haven't been able to live in my own home in peace. I haven't been able to sanctify my own home because these people had keys to my home to come up in my own home and have affairs. I haven't been able to have and establish a real go at my life. Not when I was fucking 8, not when I was 12, not when I was 18, not when I was 20, not when I was 22 or 24, 26 or 32 or 38 or 44. I haven't been able to live my own life because of what these people have been doing, and that is what I think that people are missing. So carrying on, I'll make a new video here because I believe that this is enough for this video. And I get so angry. I get so fucking angry. I'm really pissed off about this. I literally have proof of the admittance of people doing this to me and sent to the police. I literally have proofs of the crime of having access to my credit history, who I think was my brother's own wife for some reason, or somebody close to them by proxy. Maybe it's Emily. I don't know. Working with Jesse. I don't fucking know. I don't know that. All I know is that I don't have that account. I can't get into that account. My Credit Karma, and it's showing Credit Karma from what, 20, I mean, it was before then when I was in the homeless shelter too. Same thing when I went and got the information from Experian and all of the credit people, TransUnion and Equifax. And so when I see it on there, it's like, this is proof that somebody else is in control of my identity. My online identity, my online credit. They got my phone number, my old email. They've hacked my old accounts, my Facebook account, this, that, and the other. My life's been completely determined by these people and destroyed by these people. Literally just scattered the fuck out. And as far as my life is concerned, how about my heart? My physical heart hurting because of the fucking arsenic abuse and the cyanide attacks that came after months of me having to move differently with these people, pretending that I was still being poisoned, but I couldn't continue that. They were catching on to what was going on, obviously calling me one after another to get in my head. But it was immediately after these events that they planned in place to cyanide attack me, which came next, and I almost did die. And then the medical industry suggests that it's all delusional persecution now. I mean, legitimately, I could get hit by a Mack truck, be walking in there with fucking broken arms and broken legs and fucking, like, wheeling myself in there, and they'd be like, oh, I guess you got hit by a delusional Mack truck. Like, fuck. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this whole world regarding this situation with me? And then, so honestly, I just feel really torn apart. And then on top of it, it's like the destruction of my emotional heart. Like, take a glass heart and smash it on the fucking ground as hard as you fucking can, and continue to smash it into dust particles. That's how it fucking feels, you guys. With everything that I've been trying to do and fight for in my life, I don't think anybody else out there, or very few people, could admit to going working 36 hours straight at times, going 24 hours straight multiple times, going 18 hours most times. And when you were taking a break, you'd be like working 12 hours or 10 hours, which is still a lot of fucking time working. Just to get out of this type of covert, malignant, narcissistic, sociopathic, psychopathic abuse that's being taken and drawn into my life like a fucking art, a craft of their art, their art of my official reality. They're creating a complete art scene over my life, and it's just so fucked up, dude. It's just so fucked that I literally have proof all over the place, sent to the police. Do they do fucking anything right for me? Ever? No. This shit's been happening to me, and I've been suggesting to the gang stalking since I was 18. Or maybe I was 19. But literally, my life went to shreds then. My life went to shreds living with my mom. My life went to shreds there to be pulled into my brother's basement so that he could pretend that he was going to allow me to get a job and pretend that I could grow up enough money to move out from there. But it wasn't ever the case that they wanted me in. They wanted me within syndicate. They wanted me homeless. They wanted me locked into a psych ward forever. You know, like, these people just completely worked over my life to make their poisons look like a mental health situation, specifically to cover up what the fuck they've been doing to me. So anyway, I'm out of here. I really hate what's happened in my life because I literally have yet to like, oh, can I have this piece of my life? Just this little tiny, can I have this little tiny piece? Gee, thanks. Looks pretty neat. Whatever, dude. Fuck these motherfuckers. I don't care. I hope that they fucking go to jail for what the fuck they've done to me. Premeditatively trying to murder me around every single fucking corner of my life ever since I was fucking 3. Thanks to my dad being a fucking complete rapist, piece of shit. Oh, but I guess that's the crime in and of itself. Suggesting to find a motherfucker and swing in this cup. Oh, whatever. How about give me a new name, give me a new social security number, and allow me to live my fucking life, you dopey ass fucking system. Bye for now.